Wednesday, how y'all doing? Middle of the week. Continue from yesterday. Yeah, I genuinely did torture myself. I used to tell people all the time, listen, if I do you wrong, you don't have to do anything to get back at me because I will punish myself for it. I put myself in a prison to all these things that I did wrong, that I felt I did wrong, that I knew I fell short, that I knew I could have done better, so on and so forth. I beat myself up and beat myself up and beat myself up. I carried a lot of shame and stuff, and shame is not something you can work with. Guilt is something you can work with, but when you're dealing with shame, it kind of shuts off that ability to progress further. It just really does and stuff. So yeah, I had a really troubled life when it comes to torturing myself for those things, remembering those things. I pretty much, the things would wake me up at night and I think about I did this wrong thing to this person. I feel so bad, I feel so awful over it and stuff. And who likes to feel that way? No one. Like I said, I'm glad that I do feel like that because, I foolishly as a child, I thought that everyone was like that. I thought everyone had a conscience like that. I thought everyone at some point has a remembrance and recognizes what they did and moves towards reconciling and making things right with other people. And I find that's not really true. I find that most people kind of just forget about what they do wrong to people, and they don't work on reconciliation or anything like that. They don't take that responsibility, but I am the person that does that. And there's people in my life, they can tell you because I've reached out to them and stuff. And, not many people have reached out to me that have done me wrong. So I know that there's a little bit of a disconnect there, but, hey, I'd rather be the way I am and feel bad about that stuff than not. That's just me. So anyways, have an awesome Wednesday. You're an awesome, amazing human being, and I love you so much. Peace out. Bye.